Life can be cruel sometimes, taking unexpected turns, and a life that should be what fairy tales are made of turns out completely differently. This story has all the elements of a fairy tale. Dimitri's parents were successful artists in a well-known circus. Their double act was going well. They were happy, and their little boy was the apple of their eye. And then one night, a tragedy. There was a fire. Their caravan burned to the ground, claiming their lives, but fortunately, not that of their boy, Dimitri. Fortunate, you ask? Yes, fortunate to be alive. But the next few years would be difficult for Dimitri. He had been badly burnt before the rescuers had gotten to him and managed to pull him out of the blaze. And the scar on his face would remind him of that night forever. The circus had gotten bad press after the fire. Times were hard, and no one would take him on to raise as their own. So he was sent to an orphanage. As he saw the other children find homes, he often heard the adults say he would never be adopted. The scar on his face was hideous, and ordinary people wanted good-looking children, not monsters. Dimitri made friends with all the outcasts at the orphanage, getting into all sorts of trouble for their bad behavior. Until the day when, tired of all the beatings they received, they decided to run away. It was the middle of winter, and the clothes they had on their back did nothing to shield them from the cold. They begged for food, but times were hard, and they were, after all, in hiding. Most of them went back to the orphanage, imploring to be taken back, while others parted ways and set off on their own path. Then came the blizzard. This was no ordinary snowstorm. Everyone was indoors for days, snowed in. Stuck in the middle of nowhere with no shelter in sight, he saw the last of his friends that had remained with him fall down from exhaustion. Dimitri crawled up to him and lay there, trying to warm him up, but to no avail. Dimitri rolled onto his back, listening to his friends breathing, hoping at each breath that it wouldn't be the last. Dimitri was so captivated by the beauty of the snow in that moment that he hardly paid attention to the bitter cold anymore. And as he relaxed, his hand fell out onto the soft padded snow with his palm faced up, and he caught a snowflake. He remembered something then, something his father used to tell him when he was a small child.
Fiston, un flocon de neige est un miracle qui se répète sans cesse.
Well, just like the snowflake, Dimitri's friend faded, but not Dimitri. Dimitri was a snowflake with a purpose, a magical wonder. In the end, he was saved from the icy grave, and with the help of his mentor, grew up to become the very blizzard that people would look upon in wonder and amazement.